Please stand as we welcome back to their alma mater alumni representatives for the 50+, 50, and 25-year anniversary classes. Serving as the Grand Marshal for the ceremony today is Dr. Roger Senty, a member of the class of 1958. It's very fitting that he is leading the alumni today because Dr. Senty formerly led the university surgery department as well as the College of Osteopathic Medicine. He also led the effort to move our campus from downtown Des Moines to its current location on Grand Avenue. Dr. Senty, thank you for helping transform Des Moines University and for honoring us today by serving as Grand Marshal. Represented in the processional are alumni from several classes in the 1950s, the 50-year reunion class from 1966, and the 25-year reunion class from 1991. Welcome back to your alma mater. Des Moines University is also very proud of the Alumni Association, which seeks to promote the welfare of the university, to increase the connection that exists between the university and its alumni, and to prepare the institution for service to the state and nation in the decades to come. Welcome to the association board members who join the procession today. And now Des Moines University is proud to present the class of 2016.
Please be seated. As Grand Marshal of today's graduation, I'd like to welcome all of you here to the graduation of Des Moines University. Des Moines University has a rich academic history dating back to the 19th century. The first class was in 1899. It had 8 graduates. Today, the 116th graduate class will have 471 graduates. They will be graduating in 9 academic programs in 3 colleges: the College of Health Sciences, the College of Podiatric Medicine and Surgery, and the College of Osteopathic Medicine. At this time, it is my pleasure and honor to introduce you to the President of Des Moines University, Dr. Angela L. Walker Franklin, who will be the presiding official over this graduation ceremony.
Good morning. Thank you, Dr. Senty, and welcome to everyone gathered here today to pay tribute to this great nation for the many freedoms we enjoy. Will the audience please rise for the national anthem? We are pleased that Kathleen Stover, a member of the class of 2016 in the College of Osteopathic Medicine, will lead us in singing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Katie. Please remain standing for a moment of silent reflection and gratitude for our many blessings. You may be seated. Members of the Board of Trustees, distinguished faculty, graduates, alumni, family members, and friends, welcome to the 116th Commencement Ceremony for Des Moines University. This is an exciting day for all of us. It is a day when our students fulfill the promise that began with their acceptance to Des Moines University and culminates today with the awarding of a professional degree. Graduates, I invite you to look at this vast audience gathered here to celebrate your accomplishments. Enjoy your day. This is also a day of celebration for all associated with Des Moines University. Throughout its history, this institution has conferred more than 17,000 degrees, providing graduates with the knowledge and training to improve the health and wellness of individuals as well as entire communities. While one can only barely imagine the changes that will become part of the healthcare landscape in the next 10 to 25 years, our graduates are superbly prepared with outstanding training, a heritage based in humanistic care, and a commitment to listen, engage, and collaborate in the many settings that provide or impact healthcare today. Graduates, during your time at Des Moines University, you have indeed changed our world. You have inspired us with your service to the underserved, as demonstrated in the Homeless Camp Outreach Project, the Global Health Mission trips, and numerous visits to the underserved in our community. You have defined us with your charitable efforts, including the St. Baldrick's Day fundraiser for pediatric cancer research, the Juvenile Diabetes Walk, and the Drive for the Lymphoma Society. You have challenged us with your commitment to make this university the best it can be, as demonstrated by your interprofessional relationships, research projects, student government and club leadership, and your commitment to the value of inclusiveness and cultural sensitivity. Your ability to change the world is the result of the effort of a very special group gathered with us here in the audience. Graduations could never occur were it not for the dedicated efforts of our faculty, scholars, researchers, advisors, and mentors who have contributed immensely to your education and to the enhancement of the healthcare professions you represent. We're pleased to welcome back to their alma mater our distinguished alumni, whose work and accomplishments have provided a strong heritage and foundation for those of you who graduate today. We are particularly pleased they include Dr. Roger Senty, a member of the class of 1958 of the College of Osteopathic Medicine, who is serving as our Grand Marshal today. A surgeon who joined the college faculty in 1964, Dr. Senty subsequently became chair of the surgery department and dean of the college. He had an even greater impact through his remarkable leadership in literally moving the college from downtown Des Moines to a new campus on Grand Avenue in the former St. Joseph's Academy, a former Catholic girls' school. His hard work and dedication in transforming the facilities and laying the foundation for the outstanding campus we have today continue to deeply benefit students and their future patients. Thank you, Dr. Senty. For our reunion celebration, special guests are alumni in the classes of 1991, 1966, and earlier years who very joyfully led the processional for our ceremony today, wearing silver and gold ceremonial stoles. Last evening, the 25, 50, and 50-plus anniversary alumni were honored with a medallion presentation to symbolize their ongoing connection to their alma mater. To all alumni, we thank you for proudly continuing the tradition of compassionate healthcare delivery that is the hallmark of our institution. We also want to recognize those alumni who serve America in the military by providing medical care for all who protect America's freedoms at home and on foreign shores. And we extend thanks to all veterans and active duty servicemen and women attending our ceremony today. On the stage are members of the Board of Trustees who have wisely governed the course of Des Moines University and ensured that our historic mission has been preserved and strengthened to the position of preeminence that we enjoy today. Members of the Board of Trustees and Emeritus Board members, will you please stand and be recognized? It is now my pleasure to invite the Chairman of the Board of Trustees, Mr. Steve Moraine, to deliver greetings to our graduates and guests. Mr. Moraine.
Wow, what a view to make us all proud. As guardians of the university's mission and academic excellence, members of the Board of Trustees are delighted to extend greetings to all gathered here today. We're extremely proud to recognize these talented graduates, to extend our congratulations to them as well as to the faculty. We applaud each and every one of you, wish you a successful future dedicated to the care of your patients and populations. We're also pleased to recognize and congratulate the alumni who are here today to celebrate the anniversary of their graduation and to reflect on careers dedicated to serving the needs of their patients and communities. Our very best to each and every one of you. Enjoy your day. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Moraine. On behalf of the faculty and all others in the community, we proudly call Des Moines University. I extend thanks to the families and friends who have joined us to celebrate the individual and collective achievements of the graduates, and to the class of 2016. As you celebrate the completion of a major milestone in your educational journey, Des Moines University is so proud to recognize you as accomplished professionals. May you enjoy for many years the rewards that come to those who serve others. At this time, I am now pleased and honored to introduce our commencement speaker. It would be practically impossible to overstate Dr. Louis Sullivan's continued and lasting impact on the health of individuals, populations, and even nations. Dr. Sullivan was a founding dean and director of Morehouse College's medical education program. It became independent of the college and was renamed Morehouse School of Medicine, the first predominantly Black medical school established in the 20th century. He served as dean and president for more than 2 decades. Dr. Sullivan left Morehouse School of Medicine in 1989 to accept an appointment by President George H.W. Bush to serve as Secretary of the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. His numerous efforts to improve health included establishing what is now the National Institute on Minority Health and Health Disparities at the National Institutes of Health, and inaugurating the NIH Women's Health Research Program. He also introduced a new and improved Food and Drug Administration food label and educated the public on the dangers of tobacco use. In 1993, Dr. Sullivan resumed the presidency of Morehouse School of Medicine and served until he was appointed President Emeritus in 2002. To name just a few of the many other hats he's worn, he co-chaired the President's Commission on HIV and AIDS from 2001 to 2006, and is the founding president of the Association of Minority Health Profession Schools. He is one of the founders and former chair of Medical Education for South African Blacks, which has raised scholarship funds for more than 10,000 Black students who are now healthcare professionals in South Africa. Dr. Sullivan is also now chairman of the board of the National Health Museum in Atlanta, whose goal is to improve the health of Americans by enhancing health literacy and advancing healthy behaviors. He is also chairman of the Washington, D.C.-based Sullivan Alliance, a national nonprofit organization with a community-focused agenda to diversify the health professions. Dr. Sullivan graduated magna cum laude from Morehouse College and earned his medical degree cum laude from Boston University School of Medicine. He is certified in internal medicine and hematology and is a member of Phi Beta Kappa and Alpha Omega Alpha academic honor societies. The recipient of more than 60 honorary degrees, he served in faculty roles at Harvard Medical School, Seton Hall College of Medicine, and Boston University. Dr. Sullivan, it is my distinct honor to invite you to the podium to deliver the commencement address for the Des Moines University class of 2016. Dr. Sullivan.
To Dr. Franklin, Chairman Moraine, trustees, faculty, family, and friends, particularly members of the class of 2016, I bring you my greetings and my congratulations. This is indeed a very important day, most importantly for the graduates. But graduating with you today are your families, your friends, those who have helped you along the way, those who have served as mentors, supporters, listeners. All of us are better off because of what you have accomplished that has brought you to this day. Your family have sacrificed to get you here. It is now your responsibility as our leaders in the health professions going forward that you return that favor by serving your fellow man and working to improve the society of which you are an integral part. The health professions have changed significantly over the past 100 years. For example, an infant born in 1900 had a life expectancy of some 47 years. That compares today to a life expectancy of infants born in 2016. They'll live 80 years or more. That has come about because of a number of factors. First, we have a strong public health system. Many things we take for granted in our country are not available in many other countries around the globe. Safe drinking water, nutritious food, the availability of vaccines. It is also because of advances in medicine that have occurred over the past 100 years. We have introduced antibiotics. We have introduced new surgical techniques. We now understand the structure of the human genome so that we are looking forward to more specific and more precise and safer therapies in coming years. This is a result of the investments in biomedical research made by our nation. Today, that comes to more than $30 billion annually through the National Institutes of Health, coming to our nation's universities, medical schools, research institutes, and other institutions. The return on that investment has meant, through the course of the 20th century, more Nobel Prizes in physiology and medicine have come to scientists in American laboratories than in the rest of the world combined. When I went to Washington in 1989, we had an AIDS panic. This was a new disease that had been discovered only a few years before. When the diagnosis was made, individuals had a life expectancy measured in months. But because of the robust nature of our biomedical research enterprise, today we have more than 30 drugs that have been developed to address this virus. We don't yet have a cure, but people are living years, 10, 15 years or more, with their families, raising their children, working. That is a measure of the strength of our biomedical research enterprise. We are facing other diseases today, such as Zika, Ebola, and others. And I'm confident that in months, if not years, we will conquer these diseases as well. We eliminated smallpox from the world. We're close to eliminating polio because of the use of vaccines developed by scientists in American laboratories. Now, change in the health professions is occurring at an accelerating rate. Advances in technology and in data processing are challenging all of us to remain relevant and to master all of this information for the benefit of our patients. The 20th century, in my view, was a century of advances in our scientific base, in our development of technology, and we've seen the benefits from it in life expectancy improving, infant mortality decreasing, treatment for cancer, heart disease, and other conditions really better than they were decades ago. The 21st century, looking forward, will be the century that will improve the health of our citizens by improving the behavior of our citizens in how they protect themselves and enhance their health. In 1964, the Surgeon General reported that smoking caused lung cancer. 50% of Americans smoked at that time. Now it's less than 20%. People are living longer because of not using tobacco. We also have a problem with diabetes in our society, increasing rates of obesity. These and other conditions are related to lifestyle and behavior. So I predict that if we are successful in improving the health behavior of our citizens, we will see even greater impressive results in improving the health of our citizens by the end of this century. But you, today's graduates, your responsibility is to not only minister to those who are ill or injured, but also to educate our citizens so that they can be partners with you in protecting and preserving their health. That will improve not only their health, but will reduce the costs involved in our healthcare system. We have in our country a strong health professions education program. You're part of that. That has brought you to this day. We have also our investments in biomedical research, our research enterprise. We have strong delivery of health services. But we're not the healthiest nation on earth. Well, why is that? I say it's because we as a nation have a distribution problem. All of these wonderful things I've talked about are not available to all of our citizens. If you live in a rural area, if you're poor, if you're a member of a minority group, you're less likely to receive the benefits of our healthcare system. We have to work to change that. That'll be good not only for those who are underserved, it'll be good for our nation as a whole. We need to be sure that our citizens are healthy and well educated so they will be productive contributors to our society. They will be working, earning wages, supporting their families, paying taxes to support transportation, education, housing, all of these things that we as a society benefit from. So your job as health professionals is to lead that effort, to serve your fellow man, not only when he or she enters your office, but to reach out to the community to improve the health literacy and health behavior in your communities. The Affordable Care Act of 2010 indeed is an act that many presidents, starting with Theodore Roosevelt, had hoped to achieve. It certainly is not perfect, and anyone who wants can raise criticisms about it. But it's a beginning. Over time, it can be and will be improved. We need to see that we no longer will be a nation where millions of our citizens lack health insurance. So as leaders in the health professions, we look to you to help improve the Affordable Care Act and improve access to health care for all of our citizens. The growth of technology in medicine has been truly remarkable, with many benefits from that. Many things exist today had not even been considered when I was a medical student. Cardiac defibrillators, cardiac stents, artificial joints, dissecting the human genome. All of this and information processing has changed the field of the health professions. But I caution you as health professionals, be sure that technology serves you. Do not become a slave to technology. The human element in the health professions is very important because it means developing communication and trust with your patient. Because if you don't have that trust, if you don't understand the culture, the history of that patient, indeed that technology and that scientific knowledge will go to waste because it will not be used most effectively. Prescriptions you write won't be filled by the patient who doesn't understand or cannot afford it. Return visits will not occur because of the lack of trust that the patient has, because he or she has not been communicated with very well. So the human element in the health exchange remains important. It is a foundation upon which your work will occur so that you can then apply technology to improve that patient's condition. What you do in your professional lives, your commitment to lifelong learning is important, because what exists today will be very different 10 years from now, even more so 20 years from now. So you must be committed to lifelong learning so that you will remain relevant and effective in your community. So I challenge you, today's graduates, to live your lives to the fullest, personally and professionally, for in so doing, you will have a profound positive impact on those who come and visit you in your professional offices, but equally important, you'll have an effect on your community, on our nation, indeed, on the world. That is my challenge to you. Live life to the fullest. Be sure you change today's realities to a better tomorrow, for in so doing, you'll be successful in your lives. Congratulations to all of you who are graduating.
Thank you, Dr. Sullivan. Dr. Sullivan, Mr. Moraine, will you please join me at the podium? Whether in clinical, administrative, or public health settings, we all share a common goal: to save lives. Dr. Louis Sullivan has been an extraordinary leader in all those categories and at local, national, and even global levels. He continues to be an ardent champion for better health care, and greater access to care for all. Dr. Sullivan has worked tirelessly to enhance our well-being through education, research, policymaking, and advocacy. As founding dean and director of Morehouse College's medical education program, and then longtime president and dean of Morehouse School of Medicine, he dissolved barriers and created new opportunities for students to pursue careers in health care. He also has done so as one of the founders and leaders of medical education for South African Blacks, which tackled disparities in the training of Black health professionals in that country. In addition, he led the President's Commission on Historically Black Colleges and Universities and the Association of Minority Health Profession Schools, among those entities focused on educational excellence. Therefore, be it known that Des Moines University recognizes Dr. Sullivan for being a champion for enabling all people to pursue healthcare careers and for diversifying our healthcare workforce, both critical efforts for increasing quality and access to care. He has been an extraordinary leader in protecting and enhancing the health of individuals and populations in ways that literally improve the health of our nation. As Secretary of the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services under President George H.W. Bush, he launched institutes and initiatives to improve health among minorities, women, and the poor. He introduced a new food label so we could make better, more informed food choices, and he educated us on the now well-known hazards of tobacco use. Later, he chaired President George H.W. Bush's Commission on HIV and AIDS. Therefore, be it known that Des Moines University recognizes and honors Dr. Sullivan's highly significant and lasting impact on America's health and well-being. In addition to all of these contributions, Dr. Sullivan continues to work to enhance health. He's the chair of the National Health Museum, which seeks to improve the health literacy of Americans. He is also chair and CEO of the Sullivan Alliance, which strives to increase racial and ethnic diversity in the health professions. In the foreword of Dr. Sullivan's autobiography entitled Breaking Ground, My Life in Medicine, Ambassador Andrew Young stated, "This leader changed our national mindset about health and healthy behaviors, broke glass ceilings and raised awareness of issues that held down minorities and women, and emphasized the national importance of addressing the health needs of poor people. Therefore, be it known that Des Moines University heartily echoes Ambassador Young's description of Dr. Sullivan as, and I quote, one of the medical world's wisest and most inspirational public voices," end quote. I'm now privileged to confer this degree. By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Des Moines University and by the state of Iowa, I do hereby confer upon Louis W. Sullivan the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa, of which this citation will be a witness forever. Congratulations, Dr. Sullivan.
Good morning. I'm Dr. Karen McLean, Provost at Des Moines University, and it is my honor to begin the official rite of graduation. The deans will now present their graduating classes in preparation for the awarding of the degrees. I am pleased to introduce Dr. Jody Cahalan, Dean of the College of Health Sciences.
Will the graduates from the College of Health Sciences, the Healthcare Administration Program, the Public Health Program, the Physician Assistant Program, the Post-Professional Doctor of Physical Therapy Program, and the Doctor of Physical Therapy Program please stand? President Franklin, members of the Board of Trustees, and honored guests, on behalf of the faculty, I present to you the graduating class for the year 2016 of the College of Health Sciences. The members of the faculty of the College of Health Sciences have evaluated the candidates and endorse all of these students as worthy of having the degree Master of Healthcare Administration, Master of Public Health, Master of Science and Physician Assistant Studies, or Doctor of Physical Therapy conferred on them. It is with great pride that I present the class of 2016 of the College of Health Sciences. You may be seated.
Good morning. I'm Tim Yoho. I'm the Dean of the College of Podiatric Medicine and Surgery. Will those graduates from the College of Podiatric Medicine and Surgery please stand? President Franklin, members of the Board of Trustees, honored guests, family, and friends of the graduates. On behalf of the faculty, I present the 2016 graduating class of the College of Podiatric Medicine and Surgery. The faculty members of the college have evaluated the candidates and endorsed each of these individuals as worthy of having the degree Doctor of Podiatric Medicine conferred upon them. President Franklin, it is my pleasure to present the class of 2016 for the College of Podiatric Medicine and Surgery and the newest members of the podiatric medical profession. Please be seated.
Will those graduates from the College of Osteopathic Medicine please stand? President Franklin, members of the Board of Trustees, honored guests. On behalf of the faculty, I present to you the 2016 graduating class from the College of Osteopathic Medicine. The members of the faculty of the College of Osteopathic Medicine have evaluated the candidates and endorse all of these students as worthy of having the degree Master of Science in Anatomy, Master of Science in Biomedical Sciences, or Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine conferred upon them. President Franklin, it is with great pride that I present the class of 2016 of the College of Osteopathic Medicine.
Once again, it is my pleasure to call our president, Dr. Angela Franklin, to the podium for the conferring of degrees. Will all of the graduates please rise?
I am pleased to receive these candidates. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of this university and by the state of Iowa, I do hereby confer upon you the degree for which you have been endorsed with all of the honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining to this degree, of which your diploma will be a witness forever. You are hereby recognized as graduates and alumni of Des Moines University. Congratulations. You may be seated.
We will now recognize the degree recipients individually with the procession of the graduates. I am pleased to introduce Dr. Jason Cook, Assistant Professor in the Physical Therapy Program, who will announce the names of the graduates for the College of Health Sciences.
We will begin the recognition for the graduates in the Healthcare Administration program who have earned a Master's of Healthcare Administration degree. Danielle D. Anderson Jepson. Meredith Dance. Hannah M. Eubanks. Naruba Gopinathan. John Charles Griffin. Marianne Helms. Sarah Marlier. Peyton Ann Paulson. Bernard Ronga. Courtney Michelle Ruland. Andrea Celine Sangaroth. It is now my pleasure to welcome to the platform the graduates of the Master's degree of Public Health, Masters of Healthcare Administration, thank you. Kimberly L. Wilson. Jennifer Lynn Benke. Megan Brooke Francis. Cynthia Lynn James. Frederick Lumet. Sean Kevin O'Brien. Allison J. Peel. Kelsey Seberg. Abby Joanna Teresa Shannon. Samra Uzanovic. It is now my pleasure to welcome to the platform the graduates of the Physician Assistant Program who are receiving the Master's of Science degree in Physician Assistant Studies. Karina Grace Allen. Christopher Sherman Botzel. Brooke Angelique Borla. Megan E. Ryder. Taylor J. Broughton. Stephanie Aaron Brandt. Mervyn M. Casey. Jessica DeMith. Jessica C. Echterling. Catherine Elizabeth Edstrom. Brady T. Gerber. Jonathan Dean Gottschall. Jennifer Ray Hendricks. Courtney Leigh Hen. Samantha Ann Hennon. Julian D. Hernandez. Sarah Hotchkiss. Miranda M. Erlmeyer. Joseph Mark Kaiserschat. Leah Marie Kemper. Sarah Ann Klein. Rebecca Lynn Crea. Anne Nicole Lortz. Nathan L. Marsden. Emily D. McCaffrey. Nicole Ashley Merce. Erica J. Miller. Molly Margaret Mortensen. Adrian Kathleen Nelson. Jason Thomas Noble. Erica S. Risato. Valerie Ann Reinberg. Benjamin J. Roth. Erica A. Scollin. Amira Marie Seaman. Michael B. Scar. Alexandra Marie Scogan. Samantha Ann Smith. Dana Sue Sokup. Mark Steinman. Guy Mitchell Sullivan. Jared Torkelson. Caitlin S. Van Wyk. Chad E. Walker. Erin Colleen Walsh. Kevin John Watson. Lauren W. Webb, graduate with distinction. Emily Ann Zelmer.
The physician assistant oath will be administered by Mr. Joel Rand, Program Director of the Physician Assistant Program. Will the physician assistant graduates please stand?
Good morning and thank you. I would like to invite all of the PA graduates to join me, as well as any other PAs who may be in the audience or on the platform, as we recite the PA oath in unison. I pledge to perform the following duties with honesty and dedication. I will hold as my primary responsibility the health, safety, welfare, and dignity of all human beings. I will uphold the tenets of patient autonomy, beneficence, non-maleficence, and justice. I will recognize and promote the value of diversity. I will treat equally all persons who seek my care. I will hold in confidence the information shared in the course of practicing medicine. I will assess my personal capabilities and limitations, striving always to improve my medical practice. I will actively seek to expand my knowledge and skills, keeping abreast of advances in medicine. I will work with other members of the healthcare team to provide compassionate and effective care of patients. I will use my knowledge and experience to contribute to an improved community. I will respect my professional relationship with the physician. I will share and expand knowledge within the profession. These duties are pledged with sincerity and upon my honor. Please be seated.
Des Moines University offers the Doctor of Physical Therapy degree through an on-campus Doctor of Physical Therapy program and through an online post-professional program. We will first recognize the graduates of the Doctor of Physical Therapy program. Hooding the graduates are Dr. Shannon Peterson, Associate Professor, and Dr. Cindy Utley, Director of Clinical Education for the Physical Therapy Department. Dr. Amanda Christine Brandt. Dr. Matthew R. Buckley. Dr. Cody R. Camp. Dr. Rebecca Darlene Carlson. Dr. Paige E. Caves. Dr. Rebecca A. Duberke. Dr. J. Michael Ecker. Dr. Tatum Alexandra Edwards. Dr. Kelsey Sarah Ellis. Dr. Melissa Ann Engel. Dr. Wesley James Farrington. Dr. Stacy K. Gillum. Dr. Caitlin Ann Hall. Dr. Brittany L. Harms. Dr. Cody Noland Hubble. Dr. Kyle Leo Ingwerson. Dr. Allison Marie Jenke. Dr. Aaron K. Johnson. Dr. Samantha Ray Youngman. Dr. Mallory Marie King. Dr. Kurt James Klobasa. Dr. Kelsey Elaine Kolb. Dr. Luke Allen Larson. Dr. Michael William Lovegren. Dr. Brittany L. McCall. Dr. Stephanie Jo McCullough. Dr. Aaron L. Montoya. Dr. Robert Walter Mortensen. Dr. Kyler B. Mulder. Dr. April N. Nelson. Dr. Tess Louise Nelson. Dr. Kirsten Lee Nickel. Dr. Katerina Elsie Nielsen. Dr. Samantha K. Niles. Dr. Kristen Michelle O'Donnell. Dr. Rachel J. Palin. Dr. Jacob Shelton Powell. Dr. Kelly Dale Peterson. Dr. Alicia Ann Ring. Dr. Brandon M. Roberts, graduate with distinction. Dr. Jason L. Roskamp. Dr. Tracy Shalosky. Dr. Margaret A. Schutte. Dr. Colleen M. Shannon. Dr. Kelsey K. Shadow. Dr. Brandy T. Searson. Dr. Joshua Raymond Stewart. Dr. Paul M. Stewart. Dr. Dominic J. Thielen. Dr. Matthew J. Tuggle. Dr. Jenna M. Wexter. Dr. Amanda K. Wright. We will now recognize the graduates who were awarded the Doctor of Physical Therapy degree through the Post-Professional Doctor of Physical Therapy program. Hooding the graduates are Dr. Catherine Stevermer, Assistant Professor, and Dr. Carrie Smith, Associate Professor and Clinic Manager for the Physical Therapy Department. Dr. Glendora Allen. Dr. Sarah Ann Boland, graduate with distinction. Dr. Nicole Gather. Dr. Nancy O'Brien Lowe. Dr. Vinod H. Mohit.
The physical therapy oath will be administered by Dr. Tracy Bush, Director of the Physical Therapy Program for the College of Health Sciences and a member of the class of 1995. Will the physical therapy graduates please stand?
Good morning. At this time, I would like to ask that all physical therapists present today in the audience and on the platform please rise and join the graduates as we proudly recite the physical therapy oath. As I practice the art of physical therapy, I will respect the rights and dignity of all individuals and will provide compassionate care. I will place the welfare of my patients and clients above my own self-interest. I will exercise sound judgment and comply with laws and regulations that govern physical therapy and protect the public from unethical, incompetent, and illegal acts. I will maintain professional competence and promote high standards for physical therapy practice, education, and research. I will strive to address the health needs of society and strive to effect changes that benefit patients, clients, and the community. Thus, with this pledge, I freely accept the responsibilities that accompany the practice of physical therapy. Congratulations, we're very proud of you. Please be seated.
I am pleased to introduce Dr. Kathy Frush, Associate Professor, who will announce the names of the graduates in the College of Podiatric Medicine and Surgery. Hooding the graduates are Dr. John Bennett, Associate Professor, and Dr. Mindy Fehlmeyer, Assistant Professor of Podiatric Medicine.
We will now begin the on-stage procession for the graduates from the College of Podiatric Medicine and Surgery. Dr. Drew Allen Beacons, also receiving Master of Healthcare Administration degree. Dr. Chad Sloan Bracey. Dr. Jeffrey Robert Brooks, hooded by Kirsty Brooks. Dr. David E. Burt III. Dr. David Paul Kane. Dr. Carrie T. Clifton. Dr. Christopher J. Colazzo. Dr. Robert Austin Jolly. Dr. Samuel Joseph Elsner. Dr. Jordan Samuel Gardner. Dr. Krista Marie Getz. Dr. Sarah Elizabeth Griswold. Dr. Chantana Halaharvi. Dr. Sean Andrew Harper. Dr. William J. Hearn IV. Dr. David Daniel Haggerty Heft. Dr. Megan M. Hurley. Dr. Noreen Ibrahim. Dr. Ogechukwu Ijoma Imanugo. Dr. Tiffany Von Trey James. Dr. Travis Marshall Johnson. Dr. Melissa M. Juno. Dr. Amrita Carr. Dr. Kristen B. Kindred. Dr. Travis D. Cotter. Dr. Cindy Lynn. Dr. Morgan Lynn Mack, hooded by Dr. Gregory Mack. Dr. Anne Marie Mestis. Dr. Shannon R. Michael. Dr. John Miller. Dr. Ian Osmode Odigye. Dr. Stephen J. Ostegai. Dr. Brian Kevin Penrose. Dr. Riley L. Pett. Dr. Nicholas Scott Powers. Dr. Michael Corey Ringwood, graduate with distinction. Dr. Rachel L. Ross. Dr. Billy J. Rudder. Dr. Dalton M. Reba. Dr. Sarah Elizabeth Sample Empiger. Dr. Nathan Charles Shumway. Dr. Tyler Luke Tidwell, hooded by Dr. Travis Nelson Tidwell, Sr. Dr. Natalia L. Warzenak. Dr. Matthew D. Wilson. Dr. Jesse R. Wolf, hooded by Dr. Jenna Wolf. Dr. Lauren Ashley Worster. Dr. John A. Uhas. Dr. Tyler R. Zinneker.
The podiatric oath will be administered by Dr. Kevin Smith, Associate Dean for Clinical Affairs in the College of Podiatric Medicine and Surgery, and a member of the CPMS class of 1995. Will the Doctor of Podiatric Medicine graduates please stand?
At this time, I would like to invite all podiatric physicians in the audience and on the platform to join the graduates in reciting the podiatric oath in unison with me. Upon my honor, I declare that I will accept the moral and the legal responsibilities which become mine as a member of the podiatric medical profession. Those talents with which I may have been endowed will be devoted to aid those who may choose to entrust themselves to my judgment and care. I will abstain from all intentional harm and wrongdoing to my fellow citizens, especially from abusing the soul or the body of those who entrust themselves to my professional care. In all good faith, I will support my profession and do what I may to advance its best interests, even at the sacrifice of my personal advantages. In serving my patients, I will administer to their needs in a professional manner to the best of my ability. In all instances, I will do that which will reflect credit and honor on this my chosen profession. Please be seated.
I would now like to introduce Dr. Susie Bolson, Associate Professor of Microbiology and Immunology, and Dr. George Clavenna, Professor of Ophthalmology in the College of Osteopathic Medicine, who will announce the graduates in the College of Osteopathic Medicine.
The College of Osteopathic Medicine is pleased to acknowledge those graduates who have been awarded master's degrees through the college. This year's graduates in the Master of Science in Anatomy program and the Master of Science in Biomedical Sciences program who are participating in the ceremony today are also receiving the Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine or the Doctor of Podiatric Medicine degree and are recognized on stage for both when receiving the doctorate. We will now honor the graduates of the College of Osteopathic Medicine earning the Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine degree. Hooding the graduates are Dr. Teresa Aoki, Associate Professor for Internal Medicine, Dr. Yuzhang Feng, Assistant Professor for Microbiology and Immunology, Dr. Catherine Heinemann, Assistant Professor for Osteopathic Manual Medicine, and Dr. Wayne Wilson, Associate Professor for Biochemistry and Nutrition and Department Chair. Dr. Imran Abbasi, also receiving Master of Science in Biomedical Sciences degree. Dr. Alexandria M. Ackerman. Dr. Sheena Agarwal, hooded by Dr. Amol Agarwal. Dr. Karen Akasaka, hooded by Dr. Kento Akasaka. Dr. Krishna Akella. Dr. Gary James Allen. Dr. Brennan Nathaniel Anderson. Dr. Eric Michael Asby. Dr. David Hani Ayad. Dr. Ahmad M. Baba. Dr. Ethan Patrick Bayham. Dr. Mirza Muhammad Ali Beg. Dr. Jeffrey Bannister. Dr. Alexis Ray Gardner Barker. Dr. Emily R. Bustish. Dr. Danielle E. Beaver. Dr. Michael C. Bennett. Dr. Siddharth Bundari. Dr. James Buchanan Bircher. Dr. Brittany Noel Rowe Blomberg. Dr. Nicholas E. Blonyan. Dr. Kevin Michael Bloom. Dr. Chelsea Kale Bockelman.
Woo! My wife!
Dr. Kyle James Bockelman. Dr. Emily Elizabeth Bass. Dr. Michelle Ashley Bettiger. Dr. Hema Pandya Bora. Dr. James Aaron Bolton. Dr. Benjamin C. Boothby. Dr. Daniel Craig Bothwell. Dr. Joshua D. Boucher. Dr. April Rain Braufman. Dr. Lindsay M. Brewster. Dr. Jennifer Marie Brocker. Dr. Laura Elaine Bryant Pietkowski. Dr. William L. Bunzel. Dr. Michelle A. Burgard, also receiving Master of Science in Biomedical Sciences degree. Oh, sorry. Oh. Dr. Victoria Rose Byrne, hooded by Dr. Logan Byrne. Dr. Elaine P. Kagaanan. Dr. James Peter Capello. Dr. Benjamin Chow. Dr. Joshua S. Chisholm. Dr. Chad L. Christensen. Dr. Daniel Allen Cole. Dr. Jeremy Jean Cordes. Dr. Marissa Ann Crowdis. Dr. Tanner Eric Davis. Dr. Geraldine M. De Los Santos. Dr. Michael J. Dirks. Dr. Margaret Flannery Doe. Dr. Andrew C. Duncanson. Dr. Ryan P. Dunn. Dr. Leah R. Duvoer. Dr. Jarrett M. Eames. Dr. Kathleen Marie Elbeck. Dr. Brandon William Eisinger. Dr. Corey S. Ellis. Dr. Ryan Scott Escree. Dr. Nisha Megan Fahey. Dr. Jonathan C. Fawcett. Dr. Matthew Gregory Ferguson. Dr. L. Chad Fuller. Dr. Bridget Mary Galati. Dr. David Ray Garner. Dr. Hillary Catherine Gerton. Dr. Derek C. Nem. Dr. Samuel Lucas Grasso. Dr. Jessica Marie Gustafson. Dr. Mohammed Haider. Dr. Kelly A. Halt. Dr. Catherine E. Hawa. Dr. Mary Catherine Hetty. Dr. Lacey Marie Hediger. Dr. Brett Michael Henderson. Dr. Sarah A. Hirsch. Dr. Jessica M. Hoy. Dr. Jameson M. Hofer. Dr. Sam Ishmael Hushmandi. Dr. Amber Nicole Hornstein. Dr. Phyllis Huang. Dr. Jesse W. Eisenstadt. Dr. Braden Woodhouse Jex. Dr. Daniel Stephen Johnson. Dr. Matthew Michael Justice. Dr. Samantha D. Cady. Dr. Dalim Key. Dr. Mackenzie Louise Avery Keegan. Dr. Neil Walter Clayman. Dr. Stephen Rudy Kinnear. Dr. Peter Benjamin Knight. Dr. Logan Kolb. Dr. Catherine Jane Kusher, also receiving a Master of Healthcare Administration degree. Dr. Robert Lee Kraft. Dr. Benjamin J. Krause. Dr. Robert R. Langenau. Dr. Ken Larson. Dr. Joshua Michael Lorilla. Dr. Mackenzie Simone Lorilla. Dr. Trent D. LeBaron. Dr. Zhang Li. Dr. Benjamin David Lemkool. Dr. Michelle N. Lendy. Dr. Erica L. Lensink.
Dr. Heather Lenora Leong Holstein. Dr. Chow Lee. Dr. Frederick Osborne Leabout. Dr. Karen R. Leipsch. Dr. Audra Lee Lloyd. Dr. Marlon P. Louboutin. Dr. Mitchell Ki Wee Long. Dr. Scott Henry Lowman. Dr. Matthew Stephen Lucky. Dr. Houston David Liu. Dr. Jason M. Lunt. Dr. Megan Lee Mack, hooded by Dr. Gregory Mack. Dr. Maheen Bushra Mahmood. Dr. Gregory A. Makar. Dr. Kristen A. Martin. Dr. Eric Lee Martin. Dr. Brian C. Mason. Dr. Aaron Colleen McClutchy. Dr. Jonathan B. McCollister. Dr. Kim G. McKenna. Dr. Andrew Joseph McMurray. Dr. Hawkins Boone Meekum. Dr. Megan Eileen Meese. Dr. Adam John Mahalik. Dr. Bayan Mustafa. Dr. Bethany Ann Mulder. Dr. Jacob G. Murray. Dr. Jenna M. Maury. Dr. Dustin G. Neesham. Dr. Nathan P. Neuberger. Dr. Twee T. Nguyen. Dr. Viet Kwok Nguyen. Dr. Chandra K. Nearing. Dr. Michael D. O'Daniel. Dr. Elizabeth Emily Ogren, hooded by Dr. Michael Vanetta. Dr. Ryan A. Omura. Dr. Marilyn G. Palaco. Dr. Prayanshu M. Parekh. Dr. Kelly J. Parrish. Dr. Mark George Patterson. Dr. Zachary Lee Pattison, hooded by Dr. R. Keith Pattison. Dr. Madison R. Parrington. Dr. Adam Michael Peterson. Dr. Claire D. Polari. Dr. Christine Pillay. Dr. Vanessa C. Pinter. Dr. Richard P. Poirier. Dr. Benjamin Cole Potabom. Dr. Aiden Poyajic. Dr. Matthew E. Purdy. Dr. Nicholas D. Rush. Dr. Kelsey Marie Randall. Dr. Rasheen Seed Ranja. Dr. Timothy Carl Reisner. Dr. Benjamin R. Resney. Dr. Blair B. Roadhouse. Dr. Gina Ann Routh. Dr. Matthew W. Ruth. Dr. Nolan James Rutter. Dr. Yasmina Sabik. Dr. Chelsea A. Sand. Dr. Blake Sanders. Dr. Ilfat Sater. Dr. Matthew J. Skippers. Dr. Craig Philip Schreiber. Dr. Justin Charles Shippen. Dr. Emily Catherine Sybigtroth. Dr. Adam Paul Singer. Dr. Matthew Andrew Stanton. Dr. Laura P. Stearns. Dr. Michael G. Stencil, also receiving Masters of Science in Biomedical Science degree. Dr. Joseph Clark Sterner. Dr. Brian Landon Stocker. Dr. Kathleen Ruth Stover. Dr. Brian D. Sullivan. Dr. Meredith A. Swenson. Dr. Matthew J. Taylor, hooded by Dr. Sabrina Taylor. Dr. Reggie Michael Tomas. Dr. Brandy Nicole Tolman, hooded by Dr. Mont Tolman. Dr. Winston A. Turnage. Dr. Juhi Omreen Undar. Dr. Timothy Lance Underwood. Dr. Laura Marie Vance. Dr. Love Pandey the Mule. Dr. Jordan Thomas Varee. Dr. Sierra Joe Wandro. Dr. Jamie Weber. Dr. Janine Wilma Weideking. Dr. Cassandra Ray Weedman. Dr. Luke R. Wenzel. Dr. Paul Lewis Wesley. Dr. Eric Stephen Westergren. Dr. Carita Marie Steinkruger Wheeler. Dr. Teresa Victoria White. Dr. Brian Joseph Wims. Dr. Brian S. Wilson. Dr. Christopher Shane Wolf, hooded by Dr. Jacob Wolf. Dr. Jenna R. Wolf, graduate with distinction, hooded by Dr. Jesse Wolf. Dr. Wesley Y. Zen. Dr. Trelawney J. Zimmerman. Dr. Allison Nicole Zindel. Our final graduates in the class of 2016 for the College of Osteopathic Medicine are the fellows in osteopathic manual medicine. They have spent one additional year there's some missing stuff here. One additional training current students in the art and science of osteopathic medicine. Dr. Ashley Ann Ford. Dr. Catherine Rose Neuer, hooded by Dr. Allison Gonzalez. Dr. Megan E. Ryan, hooded by Dr. Nicholas Ryan. Dr. Ashley R. Tolliver, hooded by April Mangridge.
The osteopathic oath will be administered by Dr. Tom Green, Associate Dean for Clinical Affairs in the College of Osteopathic Medicine. Will the graduates in osteopathic medicine please stand?
Good morning. I would also like to ask any osteopathic physicians that are in the audience or on the platform to also please rise and recite along with me the osteopathic oath. I do hereby affirm my loyalty to the profession I am about to enter. I will be mindful always of my great responsibility to preserve the health and the life of my patients, to retain their respect, both as a physician and a friend, who will guard their secrets with scrupulous honor and fidelity, to perform faithfully my professional duties, to employ only those recognized methods of treatment consistent with good judgment and with my skill and ability, keeping in mind always nature's laws and the body's inherent capacity for recovery. I will be ever vigilant in aiding in the general welfare of the community, sustaining its laws and institutions, not engaging in those practices which will in any way bring shame or discredit upon myself or my profession. I will give no drugs for deadly purposes to any person, though it may be asked of me. I will endeavor to work in accord with my colleagues in a spirit of progressive cooperation, and never by word or act cast imputation upon them or their rightful practices. I will look with respect and esteem upon all those who have taught me my art. To my college I will be loyal and strive always for its best interest and for the interests of the students who will come after me. I will be ever alert to further the application of basic biologic truths to the healing arts and to develop the principles of osteopathy, which were first enunciated by Andrew Taylor Still. You may be seated.
It is now my pleasure to introduce the president of the Alumni Association for Des Moines University, Pam Harrison Chambers, who is a dual degree graduate of our university. Pam received a Bachelor of Science in Physician-Assisted Studies in 1992 and a Master of Public Health in 2001.
Dear graduates and newly qualified alumni of Des Moines University, this ceremony is always impressive and special. Just as I had the privilege of walking across the stage in 1992 and again in 2001, today you experienced that singular feeling of pride plus accomplishment that comes with earning your professional degree. You now hold the key to changing not only your life, but as healthcare providers and professionals, to changing the world, one patient at a time and one community at a time. Take a lesson from our commencement speaker today and dream, plan, act, and believe. And as you fulfill your highest individual hopes, please also remember our common connection as alumni of this great institution and our relationship as ongoing partners in the success of Des Moines University. Congratulations to each of you.
At this point in our celebration, it is befitting for the graduates to pay tribute to those who have contributed greatly to their success. Will the graduates please rise? Through great dedication and commitment, the members of your esteemed faculty have advanced your capacities as caring and compassionate healthcare providers, scientists, and administrators. And as you go forward, you too have a responsibility to wisely use what you have learned to preserve and enhance the quality of life of those individuals and communities you serve. I ask you to demonstrate your appreciation by applauding the faculty seated in the front rows. Graduates, to your parents, partners, loved ones, friends, and supporters, people who have cheered you throughout every step of this journey, I ask you to turn, face the audience. This is your opportunity to say thank you. On behalf of the administration, faculty, and staff at Des Moines University, we commend each of you on achieving this significant milestone. And now, if you would please remain standing for my charge to you, the graduates. To the members of the class of 2016, this day is a special day of celebration, achievement, and challenge. We celebrate your successful completion of the requirements for the Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine, Doctor of Podiatric Medicine, Doctor of Physical Therapy, Master of Science in Anatomy, Master of Science in Biomedical Sciences, Master of Science in Physician Assistant Studies, Master of Public Health, and Master of Healthcare Administration. This is an important milestone, and we celebrate it with you. It is also a day when we acknowledge your achievement of a body of knowledge and a set of special skills with which you can now go forth to render special service to improve the health and health care of our state, our nation, and the world. It is a day of challenge, since now many of you must commit to those important next steps that will complete your training, and training that will confer upon you the eligibility to use your skills as a fully qualified professional in your chosen area of endeavor. These are challenges that you have shown yourselves ready to assume and to master. We extend our congratulations to you and your families and loved ones. We share in the pride they feel in your accomplishments, and we are as excited as they are about the service you will render and the difference you will make. What an exciting and rewarding future that lies ahead of you. A favorite quote of mine is, "Know that you would make your living by what you get, but you will make a life by what you give." Go and serve. Commit to your part in fulfilling our noble mission in the delivery of medical care, in the advancement of knowledge, and in strengthening our system of health care. Reach far, dream colossal dreams, set audacious goals, be bold in leadership, and in the name of service to mankind, be possessed of an outrageous ambition to make things better. That is your legacy. The service that you give is partial payment on the investments made by others in you. I therefore charge you to be relentlessly pursue knowledge, seek wisdom, give service, and demand excellence throughout your lifetime. I charge you to fulfill the promise of being health professionals committed first to service for our nation's rural and underserved communities, with a dedication to prevention, wellness, and the delivery of compassionate, patient-centered care. I charge you to maintain respect for others and to cherish those who have been your greatest champions. Remember that professional integrity is essential to your success as healthcare professionals. So I charge you to also embrace the values of honesty, accountability, collaboration, and inclusiveness as the basic tenets of integrity. I charge you to be honorable and supportive of alumni of Des Moines University. See this as an imperative to invest in the next generation of healthcare professionals. I charge you to lead, to inspire, and to serve, and be always assured of our enormous pride in you. Congratulations, dream big, and focus your life on doing a world of good. I am now pleased to ask the Grand Marshal to step to the podium for the final pronouncement of this ceremony. You may be seated.
I always look upon these graduation ceremonies as sort of a magic act, because you walk across the stage, you get your diploma, suddenly your life is completely changed. It'll never be the same. Early this week, I drove down 6th Avenue, and I came to this stop sign. It's 3 blocks west of here at 6th and Center. And I started reflecting a moment there, because especially I'm in the graduation situation today. And on my right, there's a parking lot. That was the site of College Hospital, which I interned at, and I did a lot of surgery in that institution. And on the left was the College of Osteopathic Medicine and the college clinic, which I graduated in 1958. I remember that day real well. It was a warm summer evening. All 48 members of my class, we walked down the street to St. John's Lutheran Church, where we graduated. I can't believe that was 58 years ago, and it seemed like it was yesterday. And I think many of you will have a similar experience. You'll be sitting here 50 years from now, and the time will go by so fast you won't be able to realize it. And you'll think, what happened to all that time? But cherish every year. Live a good life. And congratulations to all of you. At this time, these proceedings are now concluded. I ask the guests to remain seated in the recessional. Family and friends of the graduates may meet them on the concourse or the arena floor after the recessional. Rows 103, 104, 115, and 116 will be opened up for your convenience. At this time, with the platform party, faculty, alumni, and graduates, please stand for the recessional.